This is Nightline.
Tonight, horrors.
Happy Scarefest!
It's Halloween, and we're at Scarefest, the slasher-loving convention that gets bigger every year, catching up with two huge horror heroes. David Arquette of Scream.
I've met people that say our first date was at Scream.
And Nightmare on Elm Street's Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund.
Please, God. This is God.
The cheap thrill of being scared in the dark is just something we need.
Basking in the booming business of sinister fun. And what happens when our own Matt Rivers gets a horror makeover?
What do you think, Dad?
I think that's a pro. Are you on the news tonight?
No, I'm not on the news tonight. I have an axe in my face, Dad.
Plus, turn up the fright. From gory costume props to houses seemingly on fire and skeleton stampedes popping up in the nicest of neighborhoods. Are some taking the spooky season too far? And the look. Michelle Obama sits down with Robin Roberts, opening up about the evolution of her style and the messages behind the fashion.
I wanted to talk about inclusion, diversity, opening up opportunities, and fashion was one of those tools that allowed me to do that.
From the White House years to the boots that broke the internet.
The boots.
The boots that broke
boots.
The
boots are on fire. Yeah, right.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stephanie Ramos. Tonight on this Halloween, we take you to Scarefest, the place where gore is more, fright's a delight, and slasher films reign supreme. Here's ABC's Matt Rivers.
It's Halloween, and fear is in the air.
Do you have a message for him?
Oh, that sounded a lot like Go Away. That really did.
From creepy dolls like this one that inspired Annabelle in The Conjuring,
Please, God. This is God.
to Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street, to Ghostface in Scream. Audiences can't get enough of the terrifying. Now, the stars of these popular slasher franchises are here in the flesh.
Happy Scarefest!
Welcome to the sinister side of Comic-Con. This is Scarefest. If you like horror, this is paradise.
I never imagined that it'd become as big as it has.
This is my favorite time of year and my most lucrative. Halloween has been very, very good to me.
And horror has been very good for Hollywood, especially this year, with blockbusters like Michael B. Jordan's Sinners, the highest-grossing original movie this decade.
You don't need no saving.
Yes, you do.
And you are?
I am. Your way out.
Principal Miller and Gladys.
To the supernatural surprise hit Weapons, about kids who go missing in the middle of the night.
I absolutely think we're in a new golden age of horror. Let's get into it. My honest review of Weapons.
The genre blowing up on social media as well. Content creator Heidi Wong has made it her business with nearly 6 million followers on TikTok and a podcast called Twisted Tales, where she dives into the history behind horror films.
Today, I'm going to discuss the real-life inspirations behind two iconic horror movies, The Ring and The Hills Have Eyes.
But why do so many people love to be frightened?
I love being scared. A heightened extra sixth instinct, you're like, where would I go? What would I do?
Nice to not be the only weirdo walking around for once.
The horror fans are so sweet because I feel like they get some of their negativity out in what they watch and what they do, but they enjoy it. They have fun with it.
At age 54, horror's favorite cop, David Arquette, hasn't lost his edge.
Couple decades.
Look out!
only at a place like this does that happen in the back of an interview.
This is like, oh, mama.
Freaked me out a little bit.
Sorry about that.
Arquette was raised in a family of stars. But when a little slasher movie called Scream came along in 1996, he would find a new family with his co-stars Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox.
The killer's still on the loose, isn't he? Come on, Sid. Those murders are related.
Yeah, we were really fortunate to be able to have such an incredible cast and make these sort of friends that we've known for so many years.
It's the franchise that just can't be killed, with 6 films over nearly 3 decades.
He's dead.
You need to make sure you shoot him in the head.
And next year, the 7th film will be released with many of the original cast members returning.
Give me the scoop. Give me the details. Break some news here, David. Like, what do you got for me?
Thing is, I can't say anything. Come on. There might be a little surprise or two in there for sure.
All right, but what have you seen in terms of the evolution of the fan? You know, because you've got kids that are fans of Scream now that weren't born when the first film came out.
I've met people that say, our first date was at Scream, and these are our kids, and they love the movies too now. Right. So it's gotten this whole new generation, which has been really exciting. Part of it is all of these vendors and all of these artists that come from all over the place to sell their goods, and it just becomes this amazing ecosystem.
This is so cool.
Pizza Ghostface. That is absolutely amazing. The art's incredible.
I think franchises like Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street is timeless. The stories that they're telling can resonate with a lot of people. The scares are always really, really good. And they have this iconic villain character that goes throughout the entire franchise.
Arquette is not the only person the fans are dying to meet.
My very first movie to watch as a horror fan I was 11 years old, was Nightmare on Elm Street. So I kind of fell in love with the Freddy character and everything.
Robert Englund, at 78 years old, was honored today, on Halloween, with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
When I was a starving actor in Hollywood, I lived in Hollywood. I lived right up behind Hollywood Boulevard. It's just a really great personal honor.
Since it first terrified audiences in 1984, he's donned the fedora hat, the bladed gloves, and the striped sweater 9 times as the nightmare killer, Freddy Krueger.
People like that jolt. It makes you feel alive. The cheap thrill of being scared in the dark is just something we need. It's a time you really have to kind of confront your own mortality. When you go to a horror movie, you kind of got to think of something bad could happen to me.
Nightmare on Elm Street spawned 8 sequels and was part of a new era of horror that was filled with camp and gore, like Friday the 13th and Halloween.
When you see the evolution of the genre over the last 40, 50, 60 years, what strikes you the most about how we've seen it change?
I love that we don't have to sit in the bad table by the kitchen in the commissary anymore in Hollywood. We were, a little bit judged.
But with all the horror and paranormal attractions here at Scarefest, it's Annabelle that has many completely spooked. The Raggedy Ann doll looks a little different from her movie counterpart. The real Annabelle has been on a nationwide tour, until now kept at the home of paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren.
This is the worst thing in here. It's that doll that has done bad harm on a lot of people.
So I've spent years reporting from conflict zones. I'm talking wars, embeds with Mexican cartels, armed rebellions, all fine. But what I'm about to do actually freaks me out.
So we're gonna try the Estes method, and it's kind of an experiment that's newish in the paranormal community.
Blindfolded and wearing noise-canceling headphones, the goal is to communicate with Annabelle through sensory deprivation and a spirit box scanning random radio frequencies.
Matt wants to talk to you.
Enough. That's what I heard, enough.
So you're just done.
And another enough. No. Enough. Well, that was weird.
But things would only get weirder from here. We met up with Hollywood special effects artist Joe Castro.
This is my favorite blood here.
Your favorite blood?
Prop axe, right?
Oh yeah, it's super light.
It's super light.
What is it made of?
Paper towel.
Oh yeah, you can feel it.
Who transforms everyday people like me into the stuff of nightmares.
It turns basically into like a Band-Aid.
In less than 30 minutes, he gave me my very own horror movie makeover.
Do I look like I've had a rough day at the office?
Then it was time to see if my family would approve of my new look. First, I FaceTimed my wife.
Hey.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
Then it was time to terrify my parents.
What do you think, Dad?
I think that's a pro. Are you on the news tonight?
No, I'm not on the news tonight. I have an axe in my face, Dad. So when you walk past things like this, right? Like there's Ghostface. Ghostface is everywhere, right?
Yes.
30 years after the original film, What goes through your head when you see that you're a part of something that is just a cultural phenomenon for generations now?
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
It's an honor to be a part of something that people love, that has staying power.
That Scream mask is definitely iconic. Our thanks to Matt. Up next, Michelle Obama sits down with our own Robin Roberts for a candid chat about fashion. Why she says she didn't feel like she should talk about it during her time in the White House. Welcome back. Michelle Obama is known for many things, her intellect, her candor, but also her style. In an exclusive with ABC's Robin Roberts, the former First Lady pulls back the curtain on some of her signature looks, why she chose to keep her fashion sensibilities under wraps during her time in the White House, and why she's opening up now.
After nearly a decade away from the White House, former First Lady Michelle Obama is lifting the veil on a topic she's typically avoided, fashion.
Why this topic now?
During my 8 years in the White House, although there was a lot of attention given to my fashion, my physical appearance, all of that, I made it a point to shy away from that conversation because I was worried that it would become a distraction.
Her new book, The Look, is about more than just fashion. It explores her style evolution from the moment she entered the public eye and explains the reasons behind her and her team's decisions.
I really thought about what I wanted to say with my fashion. I wanted to talk about inclusion, diversity, opening up opportunities, and fashion was one of those tools that allowed me to do that. The designers that I chose, there were young designers, there were women designers, there were also immigrant American designers.
In the book, she writes that she saw every formal event as an opportunity to elevate talented, lesser-known designers. Starting with their very first inaugural ball.
I thought about who was going to do my inaugural gown. And someone like Jason Wu, who was young, I think he was in his early 20s. He had just gotten started. He was a fabulous designer with a beautiful story. An immigrant American, and I want to emphasize that in these times because our fashion industry is very dependent on strong immigrant Americans who come here and do great work.
You said it's not only important for fashion, but for society as well.
Yeah. I think we know this as a country. We know better than this. I'm still thinking about the country that elected Barack Obama overwhelmingly as president twice. We are still those people. It's just that sometimes we can get lost in the struggles that we face. And when folks are facing tough economic times, when jobs are scarce, when opportunities seem to be less, it's harder to get ahead in this economy. It's easy to have somebody make you think it's somebody else's fault, you know? So let's blame the other. I think that's one of the things we struggle with. But when we look around at truly who has built this country, who keeps it moving, you know, it's all of us, and all of us is black, brown, Puerto Rican, Mexican American, Italian, Irish, Haitian, come on, you know, that's the story of America, right? And it is the most true in fashion.
Mrs. Obama also writes about the pressure she felt being the first black first family.
You said we were all too aware that as a first black couple, we couldn't afford any missteps.
Yeah.
And you also say, as a black woman, I was under a particularly white hot glare. Did you feel that?
For sure. You can't afford to get anything wrong because you didn't get at least until the country came to know us, we didn't get the grace that I think some other families have gotten. Now, don't get me wrong, every First Lady faces the kind of scrutiny. Every woman in the public eye faces a certain level of scrutiny because of her physical appearance. I mean, we live in a culture, sadly, where, you know, if somebody wants to go after a woman, the first thing they do is go after our looks, our size, our physical being as a way to, make us feel small, to keep us in place. In the back of my mind were all the mothers and the grandmothers who I wanted to make proud, not to mention that the First Lady, at least as I approached it, is a job. It's an important job. It's a job I enjoyed. It was a job about representing the country and making the country proud. And how I showed up every day was a part of me expressing my seriousness and respect for the job. So I didn't want to show up just any kind of way. I wanted to show up with thought and consideration and energy and light.
The book chronicles her most iconic fashion moments, like her rose gold dress at their final state dinner, her plum power suit from President Biden's inauguration, and those viral glitter boots from her Becoming book tour.
The boots that broke the internet?
The boots.
The boots that broke the boots.
The boots are on fire. Yeah, right.
Whoa! Come on now.
That's also a part of me. That was a version of me, sort of the fun, sparkly, sexy, interesting detail. So that was another aspect of me. Would I have worn gold thigh-high boots as First Lady? No, I would not have done that.
I'm going to channel Shonda Rhimes right now.
Yeah.
What are you saying yes to in this season?
I am saying yes to things that I really, really want to do. When I worked, how I worked, I was always third on my list. And now that all of that is done, I feel like, wow, I have time to focus on me. I have the wisdom over these years to be able to look back on the life that I had and appreciate what I accomplished, to be able to look down my list of accomplishments and say, you know what, I got a few things right.
So many classic looks. Our thanks to Robin. Michelle Obama, the style, the power, the look. A conversation with Robin Roberts premieres Sunday, 8/7 Central on ABC and streams on Disney Plus and Hulu. When we come back, from skeletons to ghouls and all the creepies in between, what's putting the fright in Fright Night this Halloween? Finally, on this Halloween night, is the spookiest night of the year getting too scary? Halloween, where 12-foot-tall skeletons and creepy ghouls are lurking around every corner, delighting and terrorizing. And this year, the holiday celebrating horror, scarier and gorier than ever. There doesn't seem to be any limit to how far people will go. At Abracadabra, one of the biggest Halloween shops in New York City, the most popular items this year are the most extreme, like Art the Clown from the Terrifier franchise. Becoming a clear favorite, as my colleague Morgan Norwood discovered.
Art the Clown here. Let's take a photo. That is no way to greet your guest.
And this house outside Greenville, South Carolina, looks like it's on fire, prompting multiple calls to 911.
I feel like I feel heat from right here. That's crazy.
Spooky, but entertaining. That's Nightline. See you right back here Monday. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.